So I was applying to PT school for the first time and I was excited. I was ready to go. I turned in my application and I was like, yep, this is it. Then I was waiting. Then I was waiting. Then I saw that some of my friends got accepted. I heard some of their phone calls that they got accepted. I saw on social media they got accepted, and I was waiting. And I was waiting some more. Then I got this gut feeling like maybe this isn't gonna work out so well. Maybe this is not my time. Maybe I could have did a lot better. I can pull up excuses and stuff like that, but maybe I could have been better. Maybe I could have been a better applicant. Then I was waiting and waiting some more. Then I finally met with my advisor and we broke down some numbers, had a heart-to-heart, and that was it. I accepted my fate that year that I was not gonna get into PT school. It was hard, it was rough, so I know how you feel. I absolutely know how you feel. It's crushing. It hurts. It's like, oh my gosh, this absolutely sucks. So I'm 100% with you. I know how you feel. So I say that small story, that very short story, because it can go on for a while, to let you know that rejection doesn't necessarily mean that that school or that thing isn't right for you. It just really means that it wasn't right for that person who made that decision. So I'll say it again. Rejection doesn't necessarily mean that that wasn't right for you or it's not right for you. It just means the person who made that decision, it wasn't right for. It was not right for the person who made that decision. So I say that to say that the outcome necessarily is not the outcome. And what I mean by that is I'll tell a story or a parable, if you will. There's a parable about these horses, or a parable about a farmer who has some horses, right? Then the horse runs away. Then the farmer's neighbor says, oh man, that's horrible. Your horses ran away. Now you can't farm and you'll have nothing to eat. And the farmer says, well, I don't know. We'll see. Could be good, could be bad. Then a couple days later, the horse comes back with 4 horses. Then the neighbor says, oh wow, that's great. Your horse came back and brought 4 more horses. Now you can farm more land, have more food, provide more for your family. And the farmer says, well, we don't know yet. We'll see. So then a couple days later, one of the new horses, the son gets on one of the new horses and the horse bucks him off, kicks him and shatters his leg. Shatters the son's leg. Then the neighbor says, oh man, that's horrible. Your son's leg is broken. Now he can't work on the farm. Now you guys can't farm as much. You can't make as much food and you'll go hungry. Then the farmer says, well, I don't know if that's good or bad yet. We'll see. A couple days later, a couple weeks later, there's a war that breaks out. Then the army comes around and starts drafting people for the war. And luckily, the son's life is saved because his leg is broken. And he can't go to war because his leg is broken. And his son's life is saved. So I say all that to really say that you don't really know what's going to happen. The outcome that you see right now is not necessarily the outcome that will come to be. So let me make this more applicable to you. If I got into PT school my first try, who knows, I'll tell you this, I would not be doing this video right now. I cannot relate to you on this level if I got into PT school that first time. Maybe there would not be a pre-PT grind if I got into PT school that first time. I don't know. I cannot say for sure. Maybe it was in my plans. Maybe it was meant to be that I did not get into PT school that first time, so I can do this video right now for you. I don't know. I just know my path that I'm on right now and what I'm doing now. The outcome right now is not necessarily the outcome that will be. So, I know it sucks right now. I know it feels horrible. I know your friends are getting accepted. I know you see all these acceptance videos, all that stuff, but it does not mean that your dream is over. Just means you need to try again. So I say all that to say what you can do after being rejected from PT school. So number one is you have to embrace the sadness. You don't try to fight it. Have a pity party, have your favorite ice cream, watch your favorite movie, go exercise, do what you have to do, embrace the sadness. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, whatever you need to do, get through it. Be sad, because it's okay. It's absolutely okay. So that's number one. Number two is you really have to sit back and reflect on what it was that you did not do correctly. Was it your grades? Was it your GRE? Was it the letters of recommendation? Were you just not mentally prepared for the application? You have to be truthful with yourself and have real self-reflection on what you can do better. You have to have real self-reflection on what you can do better. So that's number two. That's number two. Number one is be sad. Two is reflect. Number three is to start now. After you're sad, after you have your pity party, after you reflect on what you need to improve on, number three is the most important thing. Number three is the most important thing is to start now, because PTCAS is really 6 months away, 5 months away. And what do you have to do in those 6 to 5 months? What do you have to do? Do you have to get your grades up? Do you have to get more hours? Do you have to study for the GRE and take the GRE? It's not as much time as you think. So you have to start now. That's one of the biggest things. As soon as I had that gut feeling that I was not going to get in, as soon as I met with my advisor, I hit the ground running. Then wasted no time whatsoever. So that's what you got to do, is start now. Number one, be sad, embrace it. Number two is reflect on what you really need to improve on. And number three, after all that's said and done, you have to start now. You cannot waste any more time. You already wasted enough time. You have to start now, because 6 months from now, August, September, October, November, you need to be accepted. You need to be posting. You need to have that letter in your hand. You need to be celebrating this time next cycle. You need to be accepted into PT school. So let's start now. Let's prepare. Don't wait for July 1st. Don't wait for when PTCAS opens the next cycle. Let's go right now. So what do you do after being rejected? You start now. So another thing, if you're listening to this and you're 2-3 years out from applying, 1 year out from applying, or this is your first time, this does not have to be your story. Yes, it sounds great. Yes, it sounds like a testimony, rise from the Phoenix story, whatever you want to call it, but this does not have to be you. If you prepare right, if you prepare properly, this does not have to be your story. So don't freak out. Don't be scared. We got you. Everything in the Pre-PT Success course is there for your preparation, so you don't have to go through this. I went through this for you. You don't have to go through this. I went through it for you, so I can teach you everything I know. So if you're a couple years out from applying, don't worry. This does not have to be your story. If you've been rejected already, what do you do? Rejected now what? Start now. So you've been accepted to PT school. Congratulations and welcome to the physical therapy profession. So you're accepted. Now what do you do? You're still a pre-PT, but you're starting PT school soon. Are you a pre-PT or are you a first-year PT student? There's still a lot to do before you start the program. So let's go over these 6 steps on what to do after being accepted. Number one is you have to celebrate. You deserve it. This has been a long, hard journey, and you need to celebrate. Take some pictures, go out with your friends and family, take some memories that you can share with your grandkids. Like, I'm being for real, this is a huge accomplishment, and you should celebrate accordingly. So that's number one, celebrate. Number two is now you have to narrow down what program you're going to. If you've been accepted to multiple programs, you have to choose your program wisely, because these are the next 3 years of your life. This determines, how you're going on your physical therapy career. This determines how your finances are going to look in the future. This is huge. So choose your program wisely, and we go over that precisely in the Pre-PT Success course. So when you get in there, don't worry, you'll see all of that. Number 3 is to now, once you've chosen that program, you have to identify their requirements. What do you have to do? Put down a down payment? Do you have to keep up your grades so you don't lose your spot? These are some real things. Some schools have a requirement where you have to, if you're still in school, if you're still finishing classes, you have to maintain your grades, or else they might pull that application away. So don't, let off the gas completely if you're in that situation. So that's number 3. Know the program's requirements after being accepted. Know what you have to do. Number 4, know the finances and apply for scholarships. Understand, now is the time to understand how the loans are going to work, how the finances are going to work, and this is a great time to explore scholarships. Now don't worry, when you get in the Pre-PT Success program, we've partnered with FitBucks. They're a loan managing service, I guess you can say, for lack of a better term. Don't worry, they take you through the process of how to manage your loans, undergrad and grad school loans. Then of course we tackle scholarships, how to find scholarships just for you, and how to go about applying for scholarships so you get the best return on your time when you're applying for scholarships. So that's number 4, know your finances and know your scholarships. Number 5 is brush up on anatomy. Now this one's might be controversial. Some people might say, no, you just celebrate, or no, study anatomy. I like a healthy balance between the two. Anatomy is the foundation of everything in physical therapy. So if you brush up on it, if you have some fun with it, if you watch some YouTube videos, test your friends, nothing too serious, keep it light because you'll have enough in PT school. But brushing up on your anatomy can be super helpful going forward. You can hit the ground running when you get into PT school. So that's number 5. And lastly, number 6 is personal development. You have to have your mindset right. You are now the future of physical therapy. 3 years from now, you will be a doctor of physical therapy. Let that sink in. You'll have the weight of patients' health on your shoulders. You'll be a practicing clinician. You'll be changing people's lives. So you have to narrow down this personal development and get your mindset right for yourself, for the profession of physical therapy, and for your patients or whoever you're going to be serving with your physical therapy degree. So there it is, guys. Rejected, now what? Accepted, now what? There it is. There you have it. So hope you enjoyed this 5-day video series. Join us for the webinar on Sunday. There's pictures around everywhere. There's links above and below to the webinar on Sunday called the 6 Steps to PT School Without Wasting Time or Money. I know that's a lot of people's fears and frustrations, is getting into PT school without wasting time or money. So we're gonna break down the 6 steps to PT school without wasting time or money. So sign up below, sign up above. There's pictures all around. It's free. I hope to see you all there. I hope you enjoyed this 5-day video series, and I will see you very soon at the webinar. Take care.